Can we expedite the explanation of what's going on in Turtleback?
Absolutely.
We've all kind of heard about it.
Yeah.
Just as you tell us.
I followed you back this far through rumors and such, but I'm not quite sure what you've been doing since then.
Roxy says, well, we've been doing entire plot summary here.
Yeah. Because you've kind of, in the session the entire time, so you get everything that we've talked about so far.
Okay.
So yeah, now there needs to be.
Wait. Where's the damn shield?
Roxy says,
"Give me Corral! Give me Corral! I want Corral!"
She says, "Oh, and I thought we were bonding here."
Oh yes, quite.
Well,
but you're no warrior.
She says, "Fair enough. Thank you for all your assistance, Mr. Shield."
Goodbye.
And she hands it back. She hands it back over to Crawl and says, "I have a feeling that you might disagree on certain matters, but keep in mind his power was what enabled me to get here so timely."
It's like an old toothache returned.
Okay,
shield.
Well, I mean, right now I think we've wasted more than enough time, and
It's been surprisingly little. It's
Yeah,
only been
around
about 20 minutes,
35 minutes.
20 to 25 minutes overall since you got the message.
Nemo and Godchild and Frank are in there, and so every minute is a minute wasted.
Roxy says, potentially, that it would have taken us an hour to get back there anyway. She says, she looks at Quadrule and says, "We've learned here that Mr. Soul Crusher can't take a hit very well. So I would like to get him at least something useful to alleviate that problem."
The secret
Also,
is to always hit the other guy first, and then you never get hit.
Also, your wand of Cure Light Wounds is almost drained. I would like to get at least another one.
Alright, so Gunner, real quick. So you decide to equip the headband of alluring charisma instead of the other searing light.
Can I make it a crown of searing wisdom? Because I like the idea of Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town, having a crown.
Well,
It's just
The
a crown.
headband can be faster.
it's a headband. It's just a headband. That's what you got. The crown is actually, you do have the Leroy's Brown crown, but it's not on you right now. Am I reading that correctly?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No, I just wanted to make sure, because the other one's actually quite good too.
I didn't actually look at it.
Well, it's the one with the you deal 3d8 searing light. Remember we talked about it last night?
But I kind of missed it.
All right, of course. All right, doesn't matter. You can hawk it for some money if you want sometime later down the road. All right, guys. So what's next?
Oh yeah, and we also got to find someone to teleport us back.
Yeah, we got to get out of here. I mean, we can always come back. Right now our time limit is.
Who's that? Is that you, Matt? Ouch.
I mean, if we want to go on a shopping spree, and we can certainly do that. But right now, we actually have a pretty major crisis to deal with, and
Roxy says, "I know, but we don't know what we're dealing with here. I mean, even with Leroy Brown assisting us, it could just be another wipeout. Besides, like I said, we don't really. She like tries to conjure a magic missile, and it like this little spark pops out of her hand, hits the ground.
oh,
She
I
says,
mean, I'm in the same boat as you are, but at
She
least we
says-
can lend
Um,
our hands or something. We got to get.
Corral, the the vestige of Garum is glowing to you for some reason in the temple.
Take a kneel in front of it.
All right. Do you say anything to it?
She says,
Realized,
Well, it's only Coral that can see it.
realized that I failed you once already, and for that, I'm not sure if I'm ever going to be worthy of your halls to.
Everyone, while he's doing this, everyone is noticing Coral glowing in holy light.
But at the end of the day, there is still a task to be done. With or without your blessing, this does need to be completed. As I said, I understand I have failed you by falling to a much weaker foe than I should have. However, I am back. I do plan to finish this mission out, and I do hope it is with you at my side.
And a large pillar of light kind of goes up in this mushroom-y cloud, with not so violent, but a very slow, gradual mushroom cloud, and it, without the top part, it'd be like the bottom part of a mushroom. It kind of spreads out in a 60-foot radius, and any spells, abilities, anything like that is halfway restored to your full potency. So gain, like if you could cast 4 spells, you could gain the ability to cast 2 more spells, and so on and so forth. So you can cast half of your spells.
Roxy level, does she get some of the benefits of that? Because some of her new spells would really be useful.
Yes. If you choose them to be as you're partially allotted.
I know, and she's not like a wizard. Like her spell list is.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. You can.
What
Okay.
what of the shield?
Hello, Karal.
Well, did that regain its little teleport from that as well, or?
Unfortunately, no.
Roxy
Worth a shot.
says, "We're gonna." She says, "We're gonna." Could I ask the shield something really quick?
No, don't give him to me. No, don't do it. I'm just joking.
Don't let him touch me.
You can
I rather like Roxy.
I just want to ask him a question. That's all.
The shield.
Ask away. I'm not stopping you.
She says, when we have this crisis under control, the flooding, I would like to use your teleportation ability to return to the city and make some purchases. Will you assist me with that?
I'll be going. Don't worry about it.
He'll be coming with us.
Alright. If there's nothing more pressing at hand, then yes.
Fair point. Fair condition. All right, Roxy says. All right, then let's look for someone to get us back to Turtleneck Ferry. Maybe we could consult my father. I mean, he is a wizard. Maybe he something that could help us.
Leroy Brown has a parchment of scrolled up paper that he does not know what it is.
Then why do I have it?
You picked it up on some foe that you slayed a few weeks ago. Alright, and Roxy, you notice some kind of magical stuff about it.
May I see that piece of paper you just happen to have?
Sure, I don't know what you want with it, but
She says.
it's yours.
She looks at it.
Scroll of teleportation. How about that? GM hacks. No, okay, go for it.
Does it have a little butterfly on it? She's half expecting that Tesna sent this to her.
No butterfly. It just seems to be a normal scroll of teleportation.
Yours truly, Deus Ex Machina.
She says. She looks at at the group and says, "I might have to turn Roxas into a statue because some teleportation spells don't have sufficient power to carry all of us at once.
Whatever gets us there.
All right. So, based on my understanding of teleportation,
Yeah, let me see how many we get from that.
It transfers one or more creatures, willing creatures. I don't think it. I'm not seeing.
you may carry one additional willing, medium, or smaller creature, including per 3 caster levels. The minimum caster level for teleportation is 9, so that would cover basically all the humanoids. And by turning Roxas into a little statue, that lets us carry him without much fuss.
All right.
Roxy says, "Well, this is exactly what we needed."
So there's not any supplies we need to get before we go there. It's kind of in the buttfuck nowhere.
Well, I mean, if you want to go shopping, you're welcome to. Unfortunately, don't worry about it. I'll take care of Frank while you look for a new pair of shoes.
Fantastic. You know, I'd be more than happy to die again with you, Corral, and we'll cuddle on the way back. But you know, we'll see. Whatever. It is what it is.
I mean, I think we should move out right now. I don't really want to waste the time traveling to a shop, bargaining, looking for what we need if we may not even find what we need. We should either take a full day here, rest, relax, and get everything back up, or we should move right now. Completely in favor of moving on right now.
I don't particularly want to die again. That's all. It's my only concern. But I don't know. I mean, I'm looking to Roxy here. I feel like she has the best grasp on this situation because we've been dead and out of it for a little bit. I mean, obviously we want to save our kids. I get that.
You're welcome to join Tangle if you'd like. We can drop you off there if you're too afraid to continue to fight on. I understand dying multiple times would have that effect on anyone, and
I don't
you're
think
more than
I'm
welcome
afraid.
to.
Corral's back,
Rough.
ladies and gentlemen.
The sarcasm be thick with this one.
Yeah, I'm.
Roxy's gonna turn to Leroy and say, "Wait, what say you in all of this?"
I have waited here for long enough, it seems. I care not to stay here any longer.
His scroll, his choice. Let's move out.
So, seems we have 2, 4, 1. I prefer.
It's whatever. I'm fine with going.
Roxy says, if I hadn't been asked personally to help, and if Frank and all the others weren't there, I probably would be considering differently. But
Why is this girl taking so long to decide?
she says, she opens up the scroll and says, "All right, let's see. Step 1, gather everybody around. Everyone gathers around. Step 2, turn your
Put
tiger
something
into
in
a
a
statue.
box. Okay, never mind. I'm just joking.
Step 3, and then they all disappear.
All right, and I will roll the D100.
Oh, crit. Come on, crit.
The chances are very minimal that something will go wrong.
That's why I want
Clearly, you missed the last session where he rolled 12 criticals, and
No, I mean, it's a D100, and we're returning to an area that we're extremely familiar with. So
Not extremely familiar. You viewed it
been
once. You've been casually there. All right. So you arrive at Bottoms Up, just outside the that guy's place. The halflings tavern.
the establishment there, yeah.
You see something very disturbing. You see half of the, you see this little dotted line? The water is steadily raising. It is probably knee deep at the moment. The village of Turtleback Ferry is drowning. The muddy, surging waters of the Skull River tear through the center of the community to fill Clay Bottom Lake with a terrible fury. Many of the buildings that once sat comfortably on the river's banks are already flooding and in danger of collapsing from the rushing water. A group of children and women huddle aboard one of the old turtle shell ferry boats, a tiny flood-bashed vessel lodged up against the general store and threatening to capsize at any moment. Beyond, the town's church stands solid, its foundations already 3-4 feet deep in the waters. Frantic movement is visible in the upstairs windows as townfolk are trapped inside, rush about in a desperate attempt to save scriptures, comfort the sick, and pray for deliverance.
Ooh, and we, Frank, Nemo, and
They're
Gotcha
all
are
in the
there.
church.
Yeah, they're all in the church. So, I mean, as soon as I see that the church is underwater, that's where we're heading. We teleport down,
Alright.
get our bearings, go.
Real quick, humana.
You mentioned that there was a boat full of children about ready to capsize.
Working on it. Casting airwalk upon our not-so-sneaky ninja, LB.
Yes, it seems that these, by the way, the floodwaters, once you go past the flood zone, are pretty swift and treacherous, as it's a high DC swim check to navigate.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna say we could use Roxas to.
Okay. Because you do have some guy that's in full plate armor.
Yeah, I was about to say we should use Roxas. He doesn't have any
Can
armor
I
on.
not? Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's why I wanted to give you the airwalk.
Oh, okay.
You can at least, I mean, it's...
I have fly, so.
Alright.
So it's enough at least that you're not going to be, you know,
Drowning
gurgle,
myself.
gurgle, gurgle. Yeah, I figured water and why don't you get to helping out where you can? See, is there any mountainous area somewhere that we could at least start collecting people to?
Just to the northeast, where you guys, where Fort Rannoch is. Like, over towards the farmlands.
Alright. You don't have to get them completely up there, just enough that they're out of the water.
Yes.
Just enough that they can start running themselves. LB, start, if you want to start helping out where you can and people, grab what you can. Does it say how much you can carry? I assume it's just your standard rate.
He's got high strength. He can do...
Yeah, I just want to make sure that, like, holding people isn't pulling down. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it's on the second page of his care sheet.
Yeah, I think you're okay then.
He can do...
Like right
Oh,
now,
yeah.
your...
You can do 260 overhead, 520 off ground, drag 1300.
Right. My question though is if you're air walking and you're holding extra weight, does that counteract the spell? I don't see anything in here though that would suggest that though.
Actually, the over here is not... You're standing in water right now, actually. You also hear screaming coming from behind you, where over in this direction. Like,
Well, first things first, we're gonna
Alright.
probably tackle the boat full of drowning children and our 3 charges in the flooding church.
okay.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cast Fly on Roxas and myself, just because I don't want to. If I get on his back, I don't tumble off and drown. She's got like the strength of a wet noodle, and I'm gonna use Roxas to airlift as many kids as I can back and forth. He is trained to fly.
How much of the church is underwater right now?
Only like 3 or 4 feet. Its foundation is like very sturdy. It's
But, I mean, they
everyone's
can
in
climb
the
up
second
the tower.
floor right now.
Alright.
So it's...
With that information, Quadro will assist him whatever way the party needs him to assist them.
Yeah, I mean, where...
I'm going for the children first. That seems to be the most dire situation.
All right.
You know, besides Corral and my kids, but...
Unfortunately,
Well, they're in the second floor of a sturdy building.
I know.
These guys are on a thin little raft in the middle of a giant flood.
Hey.
Well, we're burning time just sitting here discussing. What do we have? I mean, is there... The water's coming in up through that white line you said, right?
Yeah, it's kind of difficult because the way it's telling me is that there's something up here where I was peeing earlier that is flooding. So I don't know if... I think the Church of Aristil part is actually out of the flood zone because it's on a hill, but it's flooding up to there. But it's not wrecked at the moment.
So is Turtleback almost a dome in where it's all coming in there?
I think so, yeah. That's what it looks like.
Okay, so...
And the
Iron Man, I mean, this is kind of the middle of
yeah,
our
you're
bowl,
actually
and
in
then-
the swift waters right now.
All right.
But since you're not attempting to move, I can give you a quick second to cast any spells you need as soon as you realize that you are in treacherous waters before you have to make swim checks.
We got
We have airwalk. I recommend you put airwalk on the speedy monk because he can move faster than the guy in full plate, and I can give fly to everyone else.
It's already cast on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Besides, the paladin will likely drown anyways and be carried off because he has like a minus
I mean,
8 to his check.
If he can fly, it's a better. It was my first reaction of seeing.
Yeah, no. It's
rushing
cool.
water. Flying would probably be a better one, but first reaction was getting him to make sure that he was okay.
In airwalk, he can just walk above the surface, right? Of anything?
Yeah, it's a 45-degree angle, so you
All right.
can.
So he can...
That'll last for 90 minutes.
Okay.
80 minutes, sorry, 80 minutes. 80 minutes.
Okay, so I'm gonna just cast fly on the remaining party. Goodbye. Spells. Goodbye third level spells, but it's a necessity. So everybody has 9 minutes of flight. You can fly at 60 feet per second. Your move speed is 60 feet when you're flying. So,
Except for the paladin, because he just has airwalk.
right.
So if we elevate ourselves up a little bit, I do want to point. This looks relatively dry somewhere up in here. That the water hasn't come to there yet.
Yes, but this... let's see, this... Go for it. Say what you were going to...
I want a general area where we're going to clump everyone together. That we can try and get everybody to this point. This is a meeting point of at least getting people, and I wanted it to be as much out of this water area. You know, they have somewhere to go. They can keep going up the hill. They can keep retreating to somewhere. So is somewhere like this?
Uphill?
Right,
I mean,
like
yeah.
this right here, like where this road is. You know, this road right there that's going across
Yeah.
is actually flooded, but further up north is safe. Like up towards where the very corner
how
where
flooded?
the trees are. Swift and dangerous, like waist deep.
I thought that. Okay, so the edge is not where the map says the edge is then.
Correct.
Flooding. The flooding is
Well,
up.
it's reversed. This is the area that's flooding mainly.
Oh, okay. And so this is the high ground right here.
Well, it's higher, but not
Higher.
highest. It's still starting to flood, but not nearly as much
We'll
as...
take people off screen then to a secure
Yes.
location.
I mean, that's what we're gonna have to do. Is we can't just go by this map.
As
So we're gonna take them
you
to
are
high
climbing
level.
flying crawl, you see
Is 9 a fort of some sort?
what?
Number
It's a
9.
graveyard, I
It's
think.
like
Is it
a
a fort?
cemetery?
That's a cemetery.
probably.
As you are flying, you actually see some large snake outside of this, what seems to be a schoolhouse, and you hear screaming children and women inside this schoolhouse over here.
Oh. So there's some drowning kids over here. There's some...
Well, no, the drowning kids are like right next to you, right here. It's being pushed against the general store, and could be in danger of capsizing, but yeah.
Great, just great. Now so I gotta either let some kids drown or let some giant monsters eat another kid.
Now we're all good. Let's split up right now. See if we can't find some type of boat, some type of something from the Clay Bottom Ferry. There's something that we could at least gather some people into. I don't know, Quadrule, if you want to see what you can find and start collecting people in that regard.
I was wanting to go to the church and get the kids.
You're welcome to.
That's what I would do. Is honestly, I would split from the party and I'd make sure that our interests were safe.
LB and Roxy, do you guys want to, or Roxas, whoever, do you want to go take care of Slithers? And we'll go make sure the church will reconvene in the north. Try and get as many people as we can safe.
Okay. Yeah. Be sure to get the kids over here.
Shit.
So I mean,
all right,
what Quadro's going to do is he's just going to go to the church, find our kids, find Boy with No Name, the grandchild, or the godchild, and then Frank, who are all very light except for Boy with No Name, and fly them out of here, and then come back and help. So.
God damn it. Is there, if up in the air there, can I see a boat or anything like that? I'm not looking for anything giant, maybe something.
Yeah, there's a couple boats that are kind of drifting inland, because it's all covered with water at this point, that are still tied down to their post at Clay Bottom Ferry. A fairly big one that could probably hold 12 to 15 people.
How many kids? All right, yeah. Let's start splitting up. I'm gonna grab a couple kids that I can near this general store here. Make my way towards that boat.
Yeah, it's just a small group. There's like 4 kids and a woman, and it's very small, like one-man fishing boat. That's why it's so unsteady. Like if they had a bigger boat, you sense that they could navigate easier.
I just want to get them on the boat.
Okay, I'll help him with that, just to get him to the bigger
all right.
boat, and then
what's
monster.
I don't.
Leroy Brown? What are you thinking right now?
I got it.
Leroy Brown will probably go and help Quadrule the church.
Okay.
The schoolhouse, because there's a giant snake.
Snake's over here.
Yeah, snake's up there.
Quadro's going a different way. Quadro's going to the Church of Aristel.
He's going here.
Quadro has a baby goblin that he adopted, and Corral has, kind of weird. Corral has a boy with no name who is kind of like a younger teenager, and then a godchild, a small child that Corral saved after crushing the skulls of his family.
Okay.
So I'm gonna rescue them, and as soon as they're safe, because really the only things I care personally about in this town, fuck everything else except for these people. The reason I say that is they all have a tattoo.
No, not all. Roughly half.
Fuck them. They're still in the same area.
But
anyway.
you at least one of you has
tattoo,
already pointed out that it's bad to die with a Sahedron tattoo on you.
Yeah, I mean, and that's okay. I get that. That's fine. I don't want them to. It's obviously going to be the masterful. It's the mass sacrifice thing we've been fighting this entire time. It's a Sahedron symbol. It's like a 7-sided star.
Whether or not anyone wants to follow my plan, I'm starting to move.
If it's only few people, what I'll do is I'll cast Enlarge Person on Roxas to make him a truly huge tiger.
Okay.
We can just ferry them all over in one swoop on Roxas. And then after that, we can, at least I'll break off and start looking at the snake.
20-foot tall Roxas. He could probably just stand. He doesn't even need to swim. He just walks.
He would only actually be about 8 feet tall. He's
long. Yep,
he's long, yeah. But he's huge size now. So here's the plan from what I've gathered. We'll get all the people from here onto a better boat.
I got it.
Yeah, Corral has already taken off that way.
I'll move.
Right.
moving already.
Quadrule gets the church, and I'll go take my giant tiger and start beating up
And,
the snake.
Leroy will help.
Leroy's
All right.
going that way.
All right,
All
he
right.
can get on Roxas for a quick.
Well, all right. So let's focus on Corral real quick. You grab the boat. There's nothing hindering you at all. You are able to freely grab the boat, and you already see your other party members flying towards these other places. Is the tiger flying too?
Yeah, Roxas.
You
is
see this
flying.
giant tiger just doing this. It's kind of cool, but you know, in the moment, you can't really think it's cool because things are kind of dire.
I did grab, as I was saying, I was going to grab at least 2 of the kids, whatever I could.
Yeah, you
barrel under my
absolutely
hands,
have that. You put
throw
them
'em
in
on
the
the boat.
boat. You tow the boat to the other boat, and they're able to get in. The lady thanks you, and she says she can probably take it from here if you need to help others.
Yep, stay safe.
All right, where do you go next?
Listening for calls, listen for screams. Especially want to make my way over into probably this area. Looking to see if there's anyone still in need. Looking to see. I only have 9 minutes or 8 minutes, whatever it is, in
No,
the flight.
not at the moment. While you're looking over there, Quadrule, you get to the church.
I'm gonna land on the roof. I'm gonna punch through the roof and drop down.
That it's made out of stone, just so you know. It's,
Oh, was it stone?
Punch a window out or something.
I'll punch
I was
it
like,
down.
God damn.
Or like,
It's like, what's
I mean,
that
it might
one
be
campaign?
stone.
What's that one system we played for a second? That was like
Oh, the Exalted?
Exalted. What is this? Exalted again? Okay. So
Alright, so anyways, I go through a window, whatever. I want it to be cool, but so he's gonna, or he just peels a sheet. I don't know if it's like how
or
it's
just,
how
or
it is.
just
but
smash it with your axe or something.
all right,
Yeah, so anyways,
you go through the window.
Okay, alright. So I get in the window and I just yell like the loudest yell ever. I'm just like,
Everyone just
"Boy,
looks
we
at you.
go
Oh, thank
back."
God, you've arrived again. Please
And
help
how-
us out.
How many people are in this room?
There's
Because I'm assuming everybody's on the top floor now that it's flooding. So
There's a
everyone's
lot of
here by
people.
me.
There's like 30 people in here, like rushing to save scriptures, and a lot of them acolytes, like very low-level clerics, like level 1, just learning the basics of stuff.
Has Boy with No Name done his job, and does he have Frank and the Godchild together?
You don't see that.
Gathered? What the fuck? I yell, where is Boy? Where is my goblin baby? Where is our? I don't know how to phrase it. I guess where is our followers?
Where's my baby?
Where's my baby? Where's our followers at? You know who I'm speaking of. Matt.
I'm getting there. Hold on.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, anyway, so I'm kind of at the same time I'm looking out the
She,
window.
the head priest comes to you. I think you should take a look for yourself.
Don't you fucking do it. All right. What do I have to look at?